Hi, happy Monday. It is Jill. As a reminder, I've written this beautiful book, Love, Your Guide to Remembering, Experiencing, and Sharing the Fullness of Divine Love. I have just ignore these. These will come up in, probably on Friday. I'll do a video that's addresses these little tabs. But what they are 4 archangels who would like to have you pay attention to what they have to say quickly. And it's in regards to what's happening in our societies right now. I will do the first one who would like to speak to you is Archangel Michael, which is very fitting because Michael is the warrior of compassion. So anyway, stay tuned for that. I think you're going to really enjoy it. And whoa, sorry, I just almost knocked something over with my book. What I was asked to talk to you about today is your connection to me. I want you to make sure that you and I are meant to interact, that I'm the person who you would choose to speak for the angels. And you can do that by sensing, what's going on in your body when you hear me speak? What's going on in your body when you look in my eyes? Do you feel at ease? Do you feel stressed? Do you feel, just pay attention to what you feel. You're being asked to do that starting now and moving forward with every interaction. So it's a good lesson. Do I feel relaxed? Do I feel anxious? Do I feel, are my toes curled? I don't know. I don't know what you're going through. As I sit here, I feel very relaxed, but also I'm always nervous that I'm going to not be able to remember a word that I want to use. I've had a heavy duty chemo. Again, I have multiple myeloma, which is an incurable form of bone marrow cancer. I overproduce one type of cell in the bone marrow instead of, I think we have 3. I don't know. You're supposed to learn about your cancer, but I haven't been that interested. I see what other people write. I'm just not that interested in it. I don't think, from my understanding, they're using my cancer as in the angels, are using my cancer as a chance to reset my body so that it matches more accurately the vibration of my soul, my spirit. And I just trust that's what's going to happen. So anyway, I want you to know how you feel, because your body can feel truth. Your body can feel lies, and you need to be aware of those feelings to know what resonates with you. So just take a moment, look into my eyes, and what do you feel? And please tell me down below, because I'm interested. If we're not a good fit now, that's fine. You don't have to push something with me. But come back later, because everyone's getting a chance to, I don't want to say upgrade, but it is an upgrade, a chance to understand more about who they are and the magic of what they're not looking at, what they're avoiding. But anyway, that's what Jesus wanted me to talk to you about. And the whole point of this video is discussing how I understood that I was a channel and what my channeling process is like. That is distracting me. Last time it was my sleeves. Today it is the door handle. We're just gonna have to go with it. I was asked to share with you the process that I go through in channeling. That's where we are. And we're all channels. I need everyone to understand that. You're channeling information all the time. You're not aware of it, or you may be aware of it. Good for you if you are, because you're a step further down the line. But we are all channels of information from your guides, your guardians, your angels. they're speaking to you, and you are deciding what to do with that information. It might be something that you're unwilling to accept right now, but you might be open to in the future. It might be something that you fully don't want to participate in because it goes against, your beliefs that you have learned from your parents, from your churches, from your communities. And so even though you might have some suspicions about your own gifts, you might not want to act on them. But you are channeling, you are getting information. The best of you is what recognizes the channeling as direct messages to you, because that's what it is. It's a way for them to communicate with us. And you come here as a human and you've forgotten everything that happened while you were a soul, while you were making your life's plan. And I know some of you may not know, I'm so itchy right now, might not know what I'm speaking about because you haven't read Love, but just know that we are souls who basically come down to earth to experience something, or in my case, I believe I came down here to direct you in kind of the conundrum in which we find ourselves right now. We're in the middle of a shift. The shift is, I won't go too much into it because this is about a video about channeling, but a shift is here. It started. It's scary if you let it be. There's a lot of negative energy, a lot of male dominant negative energy. And I will just leave it at that. It's the type of energy that I have never been able to stand in either a man or a woman. This is this kind of domineering type of energy. Anyway, that's what we're up against. But that energy is in the process of being broken down. And so the way that we did things before as a society is going to reset. We're going to have our opportunity to have things the way that benefits actual humans and allows us to live in the divinity in which we were created. But back to channeling. I always thought channeling was different than just receiving information. I thought that if you channeled, you were given words, complete sentences, and you wrote those down, and that was that. I have heard words from angels. I have heard from my guardian angels. That was before I was diagnosed with cancer. I was walking through my kitchen and heard, just imagine my mouth isn't moving. I heard disc problems. But I didn't say it then. I didn't say it, and it was a beautiful voice. My voice is not that voice. Disc problems, clear as a bell. And I was the only one in the house with my dog Quinn, who's napping in her bed down below. So if you hear any weird noises, they're coming from her. She's the scapegoat for any weird noises. But I heard that and I took action. Got my spine looked at, which revealed that overnight I suddenly was full of bulging discs. One of them, the one in my neck, was so bad that it was actually basically attempting to paralyze my right arm. So I got surgery for that. That's what I'm pointing at. There is this big scar. And I also have another scar right here that's from my port from when I was getting cancer medications. But sorry, my neck is a mess. The way that I thought that I totally lost my train of thought. This is not what I got distracted by looking at my neck. I should never look at my neck. So anyway, I heard the message then. It was out loud. But what I want to talk to you about now is the process that allowed me to understand that archangels wanted to be in my book. I was mostly finished with love. I just had some, I wanted to go back through it, make sure that I had written enough. I was right at the end. I was ready to send it to publishing. And I became aware of a crowd of angels, archangels specifically, around me. And I've known off and on when archangels have been around. I'm always aware of Archangel Michael, and he always stands like right here to me. Left front. And I speak to him all the time. I speak to him. He just I was just aware of his presence, and that it was a calming presence, that it was a safe presence, that I could call on him for help in situations. But it wasn't a thing where like we're talking to each other. And so I was aware of more than Archangel Michael. And I could feel the energy of, upwards of 20 people surrounding me. And they went from shoulder to shoulder, which is interesting to me now because I am channeling the next book, Harmony, which is going to be book 2 in a series of 9 books, apparently, that I did not know I was writing when I was writing Love. I thought Love was just going to be a one-off, but it's not. It's part of a process. And I'm working with Jesus, Jesus, Mary Magdalene and Mary, Jesus' mother, on Harmony. And I have some really interesting things I'm like dying to tell you about, but it's not the time. So anyway, regarding Harmony, get love, because we can't progress unless you learn about love. Specifically how to love yourself, how to love others, and the joy with which you will love others once you learn to truly love yourself and understand who you are. So all of that is revealed in love. But I hadn't talked to the archangels at that point, but I could feel them around me. And I have a friend, Bianca, who is a beautiful, wonderful human being, love-filled medium. And I asked her about it, and she said, oh yeah, they want to be in your book. And I thought, cool, that's so cool. I can't wait to get it started. But as soon as I hung up with her, I didn't do anything for 6 days. I was like essentially immobilized by my excitement and by my fears. Fears get in the way of so much beauty. But anyway, I was too afraid to talk to them. I was afraid that I wouldn't understand what they wanted me to understand. I was afraid that I couldn't do it. There were a million fears. And then one day I just woke up and I decided, hey, you know what? We're just going to do this today. I'm just going to talk to the archangels. I'm going to see what happens. But I only knew like 3 archangels. I knew Archangel Michael, I knew Archangel Raphael, and I knew Archangel Jophiel, only because Bianca had told me that she and Archangel Raphael spent time healing my cancer. So 3. I had heard of probably a few others, but not enough to make a list. So I got on the internet and I looked up all the archangels, and I don't think it's an accurate list of archangels. I think there's far more than I channeled. I think there's far more than we understand. But I had a certain group, a number of archangels. I don't remember now. It's under 30. Maybe 29, maybe 27. I'm not sure. I should probably know that since I wrote the book, but I don't. And maybe that I think that I started talking about this when I mentioned that I have cancer, because I have had a very serious dose of chemotherapy that it was only like a one-time 6 hour. I can't remember if it was exactly 6 hours. I think it was less than 6 hours now that I think about it. I'll have to check my notes, but that wiped out my hair, and pretty sure some words were lost because sometimes I just can't find a word. I'm gonna have to take a second, and it's allergy season. Please forgive me while I go off to the side and take care of the situation. Okay, I'm back. All right, so yeah, I get distracted. I've had chemotherapy. I'm still the vessel they chose to talk to you for them. But anyway, so I had my list of archangels, and I wrote some little notes about them that, taken from the Bible or whatever it was, because I had nothing to start with. I had no understanding of them really beyond the three. Well, really beyond Archangel Michael and Archangel Raphael, because I knew that Archangel Raphael was a healer, and I knew that Archangel Michael was a protector. That's all I knew. So I sat down, and I thought Archangel Michael would be the first one to step forward to talk to me, but that is not the case. It was Archangel Gabriel, and everybody else calls Archangel Gabriel. As we are wont to do, we often change the voices of women to be the voices of men. And yeah, Archangel Gabriel is laughing about that because it is true, and it's more apparent now than it has been in a long time, with the erasing of women from, government documents, government websites, blah, blah, blah. This is not a political channel, but I will say that there will be things that I'm pointing out that the archangels want you to know that will direct you in a certain direction because of the shift, the breaking down of the old and the building up of this new beautiful reality in which we are to exist or not exist, depending on if you take my advice or not. Not exactly, but whether or not you want to shift into clarity or stay where you are. I have no desire to stay where I am. I only want to keep learning, and I urge you to do so as well. But anyway, so I sat down. Archangel Gabriel came forward, started speaking to me. But not with words, not like before, not like disc problems. She showed me images, and I'm an extremely visual person. So when I meditate, I see a lot. I don't even know how to describe it. You all would think it's insane, but like I've been into castles of heaven, and stood before the tables of light beings. I've seen a lot of stuff. So it's now that I understand how that channeling can be different for different people, it makes sense that they would approach me visually. So I was given, visions. I was given small films about things that they wanted me to understand. And I would write down in my notebook what I had seen, what I thought it meant, and then I would consult with them. Am I accurate about this? Am I right? Am I wrong? And they would tell me if I was right or if I was wrong. If I needed to update something, they would help me see it in a slightly different way so that I could make adjustments to what I brought forward to you all. And I cannot tell you how I take it very seriously. I do not want to assign my own meaning to what they have to say. I think it's very important that you hear it the way that it was shown to me. And I find it funny that I am the vessel, but I'm a vessel for a reason. I have a voice that they want you to hear. And they ask me to do these videos with as much of my own personality as possible, which I find daunting because I think I'm kind of a goofball, and But a goofball is who they chose. So this is where we are. Anyway, so the process of channeling for me was visuals. It was visual. I would write down what I saw. I would double check with them. They would point things out. And after a few sessions of channeling different angels, I began to actually continue writing. Like I would write what they showed me, but then suddenly I would be writing something that was obviously not coming from my voice. So I began to pick up messages that were coming through me, but were their direct words. And that was cool. That was very exciting, and continues to be very exciting. And see, my head starts to jump ahead to how excited I am about Harmony, because it shows so much more than I ever thought that I would be sharing with you, that I can't imagine what we'll be talking about on book 9. I just can't even imagine. But I'm open to whatever it is. I'm answering the call. So anyway, that is how I channel. And who knows how it will change as time goes on. It's already changing. I'm so excited though. And I am, while I am a huge goofball and a huge nerd, I have so much joy to share with you. So much joy. And I can't wait for you to continue along with me on this journey. So that's all I wanted to tell you about channeling today. I will come back again and speak to you about Archangel Michael next, probably on Friday. So have a great week. I will wish only the best for you. Get your copy of the book, because we will start going through it together. And also, circle typos and let me know in the comments below. I need to know what else I have misspelled. It's hard. It's hard to write a new book while you're still editing the whole book, but that's what I'm being asked to do. Yeah, I was an art major, by the way. I was an art major. I didn't think that I would be writing a book to you about your divinity, but here we are. That's what I'm saying. And when you open yourself up to the truth just flows through you in the manner in which they intended it to happen, or the purpose that you intended it to happen in. Get your copy, circle the typos, let me know in the comments below. Also, if you are already reading the book and you have questions, this is a great place for us to talk about them. So write your questions below and I will address them in upcoming videos. I literally look at this every day to see if there are any comments. So please, 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 especially let me know if you're in the same energy space, or if our energy jives. I'm so embarrassed I just said jives. Anyway, I think that's all I have to say today. I will talk to you later in the week about Archangel Michael. Have a great week.